Welcome back, everybody, to another video for Terraria. Now, we're back again with Tmod Loader. If you don't have Tmod Loader installed, you're going to want to install it in order to obviously load your mods. It's pretty straightforward how the game works. It's regular Terraria is like this, and Tmod Loader is like this. Tmod Loader will be free as long as you own Terraria. So don't think you're buying an extra game. And it's also available on the store. So the Steam store is where you're going to find it. So you're not going to find it under the workshop. It's literally under the Steam store because it's an extension of Terraria, because obviously they work hand in hand with each other. So therefore, as long as you own the game, you will own Tmod Loader. Anyways, so yeah, that's how you do it. Okay, so let's go ahead and we get in here, and of course it's going to showcase the same Relogic thing. And when you get in, it's more than likely going to showcase Tmod Loader. If you have mods enabled, which I definitely do, it's going to slowly import all the mods that I have and make sure that they're properly loaded and blah, 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 blah. Now, on the bottom left corner, it's going to tell you the version of Terraria that's running, 1.4.4.9, which is the most up-to-date version, and it's going to showcase the current version of Tmod Loader, which is 2023, and then it just says 933, usually like indicating whatever version it's currently at. And then if you click on here, you can change the different variation of course, your Tmod. So you can still load an older version of Tmod. Now, why would you want to do that? Well, of course, if certain mods are not up to date, then you want to go ahead and use it. Then you can go ahead to a previous version of Tmod Loader, which will then put you backtracking it back in time. Okay, so today we're going to be just talking about Calamity, as everyone asks about Calamity. So how do you get it? When you get Tmod Loader first loaded up, you're going to click on Workshop. When you click on here, it's going to say Manage Mods, Develop Mods, blah, 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 Mod Packs, and all that jazz, and it's going to show you all these things. What you're going to want to obviously click on is Download Mods. In mine, I have something that says Manage Mods, which showcases all the mods that I currently have enabled. And here, I currently obviously have Calamity Mod already downloaded. So in this case, I'm just going to go through it again because I can still do it regardless. Under the actual search function, when you click on Download Mods, you're going to type in Calamity. If you don't know how to spell Calamity, you basically just type whatever you can. It's going to search really quick, as they recently updated how it is on the workshop. Now, there's another variant behind this where you can actually go to the Steam Workshop just like you would any other game and type in Calamity Mod, but it's a lot easier to do it from the mod browser. When you finally click on here, you can click on More Information if you really want to, and it's going to load on the workshop, indicating that you already have this mod enabled, which you can tell because I don't have it here. Like normally you would see like this one says Calamity's Vanities. Well, obviously you know what that does. If I click on the More Information, it's going to tell me on the workshop what it does. It says Calamity Vanities is a mod with aims to add more variety items, pets to the Calamity mod. This mod does not require Calamity to run, however. So what that means is that you can still run it without Calamity. That's kind of interesting. Anyways, regardless of that, you can actually now, if you want to, click on the Download with Dependencies button, if of course it's down here. And when you do, let's just showcase what it does. Why not? Anyways, right? It's going to take a few seconds to download because it's literally acting as if you clicked on the marketplace, and voila, it's right there. Now, when you click on Reload Browser, all that's going to do is just obviously showcase everything again. When you click on Back and then Back one more time, and then when you exit and reload in the game, it's going to indicate that you've actually loaded those mods. You don't necessarily have to do that because, of course, if I go into Manage Mods and I scroll all the way down, you're going to see that all the mods are currently enabled, and this one is currently disabled. So if I click on here and I click on More Information, it's going to say nothing at all because it wants me to basically reload the map. So or reload the thing. So if I click on Enable All, or if I click on I highlight this one, click on Mod Configuration, for example. If I click on Enable All, because I don't know if I want Fancy Lighting, Lights and Shadows mod. I'm actually going to delete this mod, and I'm going to delete the Calamity Mod Music, because that one seemed to always mess up for me, and the Fancy Lighting mod, because I don't want that, and I'm going to click Enable All. So it says Reload Required, as you can tell. So when I click back, it's going to say Unload, and now it's going to reload all my mods because it's already going through the process of loading them all. So when I go back to my Manage Mods section here in a few seconds, it should be fine, but we'll wait a few seconds for that. So sometimes it takes a little bit depending on the speed of your PC. Sometimes it could, take a little while depending on how big the mod is. There's a lot of variants, but of course with Calamity Mod, and you click on Manage Mods now, you can see everything is enabled. Now, some mods will hate each other, where when you go to launch a game, you can have some crashing. So just be careful not to have a million mods enabled. Of course, in this case, I would hope that you're only enabling the Calamity mod and nothing else, because you want to start with something simple. When you finally get into there, of course, go into your game, single player, whatever you're doing, new, and then of course just choose whatever you want, character name, blah blah blah, click on whatever you want, hardcore, next, and then of course click on your character, and then click on your whatever, let's do a new world, and of course, you know, Crimson, whatever the heck you want to do there. Of course, we're going to choose master because we're pros, and we're going to let our world load, and voila, you are loaded up with Calamity. And that's how basically you got to make sure that your Calamity is enabled on your end. Of course, if you don't want it to be enabled, then you just make sure that it's disabled on your actual mod workshop. So, or in your mods. And you don't have to disable or uninstall mods from your Steam Workshop. You just have to make sure that you maintain them properly through your mod section, of course, you know, inside of your game. So that's entirely up to you how you manage it from here on out, but that's how you install Calamity. So yeah, go out there, enjoy it, and your world will take a little while to load, so don't be, you know, too worried about that. I know some people are like, oh, it's taking forever. Well, guess what? It's taking forever because it's loading a gigantic world with all the Calamity stuff inside of it. So you just got to be, you know, understanding that it's going to take us some time. So you know, don't be so rushy with Terraria stuff. Tmod Loaders, of course, you know, been out for a while, so they always release lots of cool updates every now and then. So periodically they're releasing big chunks updates, and that's when you know that it's working flawless. There's no other thing to use other than Tmod Loader as far as I know, and I wouldn't really trust anything else that incorporates mods, because obviously, you know, the makers of Terraria work really hard with Tmod Loader, and they do a really good job. So just be understanding and be patient when it comes to big updates for Terraria, because as I mentioned before, if Terraria gets updated, you usually have to wait a while for Tmod Loader to update as well. So that's kind of like just goes hand in hand. So don't be worried when that happens. Okay, so now we're in here, click on play, loading the world, and generation will be a lot quicker. And here we are, and voila, and all of our Calamity stuff is all enabled. So if we go into our mod settings, you can see mod configuration, you can see all the stuff is already enabled, and then of course everything's included. It says thank you for using Magic Storage, blah blah blah, crowd control is connected, all my mods are all here. It says note for fandom wiki, blah blah blah. I can click here and it'll open up a little book that lets me use stuff for Calamity and all that stuff, and that's how you know that you are using the mod and it's currently active. So yes, go ahead in there and enjoy playing Calamity. I hope you have a great one, and I will see you in the next video.